Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Xin chào, as they say in Vietnam, and welcome to another episode of Photo Chats with Nats. I'm Natalie, and I'm a professional photographer. I'm based here in boiling hot Johannesburg in South Africa, and I've been working as a professional for, golly gosh, 16 years already. Today, I want to share with you a very special journey, my journey into SOOC, as I call it. It's been a wonderful journey, and I am very excited to let you in on, what it's been like and how I got here in the first place. So, my recent episodes have mostly focused on simplifying your photography, giving you and sharing tips with you on what you can do to make photography easier and really focus on your creativity while you're taking pictures. And today is no different. I want to look at what SOOC actually is, how I got started, and I share some thoughts why I think you should give this a try as well. Then, as always, we'll have a look at what I'm going to talk about in my next show. So, what is SOOC, you may ask? It is an acronym that stands for a straight out of camera, and it is a concept that you apply when you really want to get your results in camera and you don't want to do any editing afterwards because you want to just harness the power of your camera and all the benefits that it brings, especially in the mirrorless camera where you can see exactly what you get, and you want to cut out the time that you would possibly spend on editing your pictures. This doesn't mean that I think you should not edit your pictures or that you should only shoot JPEG all the time. Not at all. These are lengthy discussions that often come up. I simply want to share an approach with you that works for many, many occasions for me and has brought me lots and lots of joy. So, how did I get into all of this? I shared with you in a previous episode that I ended up in a creative slump. I was really not motivated. I didn't enjoy my photography, and then invested in a camera, X100 S at the time by Fuji to get myself back into shooting for myself and shoot personal projects. And so I was really getting exposed to Fujifilm colors. If you want to see the whole episode, it was episode number 7, where I'm talking about how the making of my first 100X frames, as it's called. So that's episode number 7, and you can check it out in the playlist. I needed to shift gears though. I got this new camera and was really bringing me a lot of joy, but there was something still missing. I remember that my husband challenged me and a couple of photography friends of ours to share images, JPEG, straight out of camera, fairly early on when we got those cameras, and I found it a bit daunting. I, got my pictures to a point, but then I thought, I'm feeling a little bit exposed because I would actually like my image to look like this and like that. Certain settings that I would apply to the images afterwards. So I, wasn't really happy with it. I understood the principle, but yeah. So I invested a little bit more, investigated into, a lot of people talking about JPEGs, Fujifilm colors, and Fujifilm recipes as I stumbled across. So I really took some time to research this because I really wanted to get better at it. And so it didn't take very long for me to then come across the website by Fuji X Weekly. And It is a website by Ritchie Roesch, who makes many, many different Fujifilm recipes. And he, focuses on lots of different ones. He has an extensive blog that he writes. And it was a very captivating read to begin with, and I really enjoyed, just all the information that he shared and the recipes that he also gave out. So I thought I should give this a try. The wonderful thing is that, he has lots of different recipes, and many people have recipes that they offer for free. So I thought, no harm in trying that, even though I was a little bit apprehensive and I thought, can this really be the solution? But be that as it may, I went on a trip to Cape Town for a couple of days, and I thought, I'll give this a try. And it didn't take me very long to, be very satisfied with the results, to say the least. So this is one of my first images that I've taken, and I was really happy with, the dynamic range, the details in the sky, and just overall the image. And this is straight out of camera, and I was able to share this straight away with friends of mine to boast that I was busy seeing penguins or, capturing moments. It was really a wonderful, satisfying experience to, see all these colors and, the depth in the images and, details in the sky. I didn't need to go through lengthy processes of getting my images onto my phone, which is what I used to do, and then, input them into Lightroom and tweak them and give them the look that I wanted to before I would share them. I, got them on my phone, I got them into Lightroom, and then I thought, actually, I'm quite happy the way this image looks. I thought, really had a film look, as I would call it. It's, really got a retro kind of a feel to it, and I was really taken by that. I was also sharing images with friends, and practiced on or experimented on different subjects. And I remember a friend of mine commenting on this, saying, what kind of preset are you using? Your images look so, so chromy, she said. I remember that. So whichever way I went and whatever pictures I took, it was just really a wonderful experience. And that experience got me to, experiment more and to get more creative and try different things with my camera and my photography. And it was really this particular image where I think that was a turning point for me, because I looked at it and I absolutely loved the colors. I really enjoyed the detail in it and everything about this image. And it's literally just shot, and straight out of camera. It was, the point where I thought there's really something about recipes, and I absolutely loved this. I then took it further, where I was commissioned to take photographs and write an article about this process and about a specific recipe that was published in the Fuji Love magazine. And I went and took images straight out of camera, taken with one recipe, and I, shared in the journey of Jura, a friend of mine, and she, shared her story, and I thought it was a wonderful way to capture this for this specific article. And these images are straight out of camera, and the process was absolutely wonderful and quick and very, very satisfying indeed. So then I was at a point where I'm like, we need to share this with other people. A lot of people will benefit from this and really enjoy this process. So I contacted Ritchie Roesch from Fuji X Weekly, because I wanted to speak to him and hear what he would think about creating a community and do some live streaming broadcasts series discussing these kinds of recipes and bringing them closer to people and growing a community around this. And I was absolutely ecstatic because he was as excited as me to do this. And so here we are. 2 years later, we have broadcast 2 seasons of SOOC and are in the process of preparing for kicking off season 3. So it's been very successful and an absolutely wonderful journey. And this is really why I am sharing this with you today, because I want you to experience this. It doesn't matter at what point you are in your journey, but I think, give this a try. Have a look at what recipes can do for you. They really unleash creativity because it is such a wonderful process where you can really, you have so many options. There are many different recipes available all over the internet, and most of them are available for free. And there is a big community out there who share in recipes. And, it may take you a little bit of getting used to at first, but you will definitely find a look that you will enjoy and images that you will appreciate creating with these recipes. On top of that, you will save a lot of time because now you're cutting out editing your images afterwards, which we all know can be a very lengthy process. It doesn't mean that you can't edit your images, but the point is that you should, that I want to get you to a point where you don't have to. So if you're a person who really doesn't necessarily like time behind the computer, this is, a wonderful way to cut this part out of your workflow and get from shooting straight into sharing images with others, which I think is, where the magic lies. And even more important, once you have a recipe loaded in your camera, you will be able to focus right from the get-go on creating that specific image. And you have that look in your camera, and it's a mirrorless camera, so you see the recipe that you've loaded, so you see exactly what it will look like and what kind of image it will give you, so you can really focus in on exactly what it is that you want to capture. And that is mind-blowing. In addition to that, it will help you to keep the look of all your images consistent. This starts from when you're shooting maybe over an extended period of time in one day. Maybe you're capturing a celebration of your family, or you're shooting something professionally, or you are shooting a project over a couple of days. And maybe you have come across this before. When you edit your images afterwards, you may, over time, as you edit one image, especially over more than one day, the look and feel and the quality of the image may become different from start to finish. With recipes, you will be guaranteed that it will look exactly the same all the way through, which is obviously a big bonus. So I hope that this sounds interesting to you and that I've inspired you to have another look into this and dig a little bit deeper. And if you wish to do so, there is a website of our community, SOOC.live, that I invite you to, look at and explore. Like I said, we are starting off season 3 on the 9th of February. And on the website, you find the most important information. You'll find all the broadcasts and past live streams and what kind of recipes we're busy discussing. We also share always images that viewers have shared with us on the page. And, all the links to getting in touch with Ritchie and I, etc. And all other important information you could possibly, look for is on there, as well as on the new YouTube channel that we are busy launching as well. So I hope that I will see you there sometime soon, maybe on the 9th of February. It would be absolutely wonderful. And I can't wait, for you to get this journey started and maybe to share with me what you feel and the discoveries that you've made. If you have any questions about this during the live stream or at any other point, if you're watching this recording, please don't hold back. I'm more than happy to answer all of your questions. And I'm more than happy to connect with you and so that we can get you started. I have a question here from Paul. Let me just get him on here. So just a second. I am producing this all by myself, so I have to push all the buttons myself and read at the same time. So there we go. Paul is asking, how do you go about selecting which recipe to use in any given situation? That is such a good question, and our new season of live streams is really centered around that, because there are so many recipes out there. Once you start in the journey, you will understand how many recipes there really are, and it can get quite overwhelming. So in our season 2, we have focused on that a lot, where we have had themes where we talk about, for example, what kind of recipes are really good for street photography or landscape photography, or different kinds of, genres and scenarios and events that you come across. So it's a matter of, talking to others and, figuring out what kind of qualities are in certain scenarios. So what I would say, Paul, come and join us on the 9th of February. We will be discussing themes around different genres and what kind of recipes we really recommend. So that is a really good starting point. Or tune into previous live streams where we started those kinds of discussions already. I hope I have answered your question good enough for now. But yes, it is a journey, and it is a wonderful journey, and it will be a little bit overwhelming at first maybe, but as you get going more and more, you will find your feet and you will find it easier. In my next show, I will be demystifying, as I call it, what it is to shoot in auto. So an interesting topic, and not controversial at all. So I invite you to join me then for a snippet, and I want to share with you what I think about that. And as always, it would be great if you enjoyed this live stream and any other episode that you subscribe to my channel. Give me the thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and let me know what else you would like to learn about in the comments section. You are more than welcome to share this link also with others, like-minded photographers who you think might benefit from this content. It would be highly appreciated. I will be back with another episode where I talk about auto on Friday at 1 p.m. again. And I can't wait to connect with you. And if you have any questions, bring them, and let's have a good conversation about talking about auto. Until then, you have a wonderful day, a good week, and I will see you on Friday. All the best until then. It's Natalie. Goodbye from me for now.